strategy. You just wanted attention. You were being an attention whore. And so because your basketball couldn't do it, you went to other things. It's like a kid that can't get attention from its parents.
Angel Reese is devastated after the WNBA suspended her for life. She's now trying to transfer the responsibility, alleging that it was all Teresa Weatherspoon's decision to utilize steroids. But will that even work? Is she just acting delusional? What do you think?
If you're her coach and you care about her, you're not doing this. You shouldn't be making the focus another statistic. You shouldn't be making the focus another fake something to make you feel. You shouldn't be doing that. You're hurting her, and then you're hurting your other players who you're not clearly investing as much into.
Come, Angel, you knew what you were doing. Don't lie to us.
What is Angel Reese doing on the 50 most influential people as sports figures? Are you kidding me? A woman that rebounds and shows up half naked to games? Anyway, there's so much I want.
The truth is out. Even with Cheryl Swoops and Aja Wilson attempting to defend her, it is evident that it is too late. She really needs assistance, but no one can save her now. And let us speak about how silly it is. After doing some research, it comes out that athletes found juicing with steroids are generally only suspended for a few games. Nothing too serious. I mean, 20 games and you're back on the court, although with a small asterisk next to your name. It's like a smack on the wrist, and you go on, hoping people would forget. What about Angel Reese? This is not your typical 20-game timeout. She has received the ultimate punishment, a lifelong ban.
If you're her coach and you care about her, you're not doing this.
Yes, the same athlete who was expected to be the next great thing in women's basketball is now officially out. And this isn't simply a setback in her career. It's a complete disaster, the type of controversy that gets everyone talking. Are you wondering whether this is the first time anything like this has happened in basketball? Nope. Let me take you back to 2017, when NBA star Joakim Noah was suspended for 20 games after testing positive for a prohibited drug. But here's the thing. Noah's suspension was like a little timeout in the corner. He took his 20 games and returned. What about Angel, though? She won't have that chance. This is the end of your career. A pack your bags, you're done here situation. It's even weirder since, following Noah's controversy, the league cracked down hard. They turned steroids into such a terrible term that simply talking about them might turn you sideways. Fast forward to 2024, and we are again in scandal territory. But this time, it's even more significant since the WNBA has never faced a crisis like this before. So, how did Angel manage to ruin her own career so spectacularly? Let us rewind. When Angel joined the WNBA, she was expected to be a game changer for the Chicago Sky. She had all the excitement and promise, but instead of shining, she spent the most of her time following the shadow of one very prominent name, Caitlin Clark.
It's bad strategy. You just wanted attention. You were being an attention whore. And so because your basketball couldn't do it, you went to other things. It's like a kid that can't get attention from its parents.
And when I say Clark was dominating, I mean she was out there shattering records like it was her day job, scoring 761 points in her debut season while remaining drama-free. Angel? She was barely getting by, failing to reach double digits in half of her first 10 games. The comparisons were ruthless, and let's be honest, Angel didn't come out on top in any of them.
And now, the self-proclaimed villain has decided to go after the queen. Now, Angel Reese has decided to antagonize lonely grown women, many of which probably watch the Yentas on The View, and who strangely refer to themselves as Swiffers.
The pressure was too great, and Angel broke. She attempted everything to stay relevant, including trash talking, faking ailments, and even accusing Clark of racism. But none of it worked because at the end of the day, talent speaks, and Clark's brilliance was almost shouting on the court. So when everything else failed, Angel chose the darkest option, steroids. So steroids in the WNBA, that's an entirely other game. Unlike college basketball, where you may get away with some sloppy plays, the WNBA is full with pros who are ready to devour you alive.
Would Angel Reese actually fake an injury? Would Angel Reese prematurely end her rookie season to spare herself the embarrassment of losing Rookie of the Year to Caitlin Clark?
Steroids are believed to provide athletes an extra edge, more muscle, faster recovery, and more stamina. In principle, they should make you stronger, quicker, and harder to beat. But here's the kicker. Even with steroids, Angel couldn't keep up with Caitlin Clark. Sure, she had a few good games, but Clark was out here as a record-breaking superstar, and Angel was not. However, Angel was not alone in this situation. No, her coach, Teresa Weatherspoon, was right there, supposedly assisting Angel with her steroid situation.
She got terminated today from the Chicago Sky. I don't understand that decision. I don't know what they were expecting. Angel got injured late in the season. Look.
Teresa appears to have followed the "let's juice you up" tactic rather than being a responsible coach and instructing Angel to raise her game. Both of them are now in hot water, with Teresa risking her own suspension. What sort of coach allows this to happen? A coach who is currently on the sidelines, suspended, with her star player. The unfortunate aspect is that Angel's story did not have to finish this way. Steroids were her final desperate attempt to remain in the spotlight, but it all failed. Her envy over Caitlin Clark's success drove her to cheat, and she's now paying the ultimate price. Angel will always be remembered as the player who tried to cheat and lost everything, rather than for her brilliance. It's not only about basketball anymore, it's about how far someone will go when they believe they are eclipsed by the magnificence of others. Let us not ignore the impact this controversy is having on the WNBA. The league has been battling for increased attention, hoping to expand its fan base and be recognized as more than simply a stepping stone to the NBA. But now, because to this drug revelation, the WNBA's legitimacy is in jeopardy.
But I think Angel Reese is jealous of Caitlin Clark. She thinks she's, the reason why this is all happening here.
Do you truly believe Angel Reese was the only one bearing the heat here? Not by a long stretch. When the Chicago Sky accused her of more than simply using drugs to boost her performance, they went all out. For them, it was more than simply breaching a few league regulations. Angel Reese completely wrecked their playoff prospects and damaged the team's morale. And they didn't simply say it behind closed doors. They launched a lawsuit, blaming Reese and providing all of the receipts. They alleged that her steroid usage undermined the squad, plunging them into disarray.
Chicago Sky said goodbye to Teresa Weatherspoon, saying that it was time to, quote, make a change. And that change meant that Teresa Weatherspoon had to make.
But Angel's terrible judgments caused chaos in the whole locker room. Guess who was right there fueling the flames? Teresa Weatherspoon, the head coach, was more preoccupied with Angel than with coaching. Weatherspoon was so confident in Reese that she benched half the team to focus on her.
If you're her coach and you care about her, you're not doing this.
Let's talk about Camila Cardoso for a moment, a player with huge promise. But did she receive a shot? Nope. Weatherspoon was too preoccupied supporting Angel, who was giving, well, not much of anything. And it wasn't only Cardoso, the entire squad felt they were being sacrificed for Reese's waning career. What about the dysfunction? Oh, it was genuine, and the statistics back it up. Before the 2024 Olympic break, the Chicago Sky had a chance. They weren't dominating the league, but they were holding their own. What happens after the break? Total calamity. They fell to a 3-13 record, losing game after game until the season ended at a dismal 13-27. Fans were shocked, and analysts couldn't believe what they were witnessing. Who is to blame? It fell completely on Angel Reese and Teresa Weatherspoon, the dynamic combo who single-handedly pushed the squad to the ground.
But they saw what was going on with Angel Reese and how committed, for lack of a better word, Teresa Weatherspoon was to Angel Reese and this ridiculous foe.
In the case, Sky executives said unequivocally that Reese's steroid-fueled actions contributed significantly to the hostile climate in the locker room. The players were frustrated, there was no synergy, and trust had vanished. The Sky were no longer a team. They were a collection of individuals going through the motions, all thanks to Angel Reese, the player who was meant to lead them, but instead led them right into anarchy.
If you're her coach and you care about her, you're not doing this.
Let's go into Teresa Weatherspoon's role in all of this, because believe me, she's just as culpable. Weatherspoon was formerly regarded as a leading figure in women's basketball. Her career is now in shambles and she faces her own ban. She didn't simply fail as a coach, she actively facilitated the whole disaster. Instead than directing Reese away from bad actions, Weatherspoon allowed her to continue juicing in order to remain competitive. This was not simply a terrible decision, it was career suicide. And here's what disturbs me about it. They seemed to know. Teresa Weatherspoon realized that everyone assumed Angel Reese was the sole starter in this game. Weatherspoon had all she needed to build the Chicago Sky into a successful team, but she gave it all up for Angel Reese, a player who was underperforming and harming the club's chances. Instead of being the team's coach, she focused the whole game plan on someone who was spiraling. And now her reputation is ruined. Fans and players alike consider her as the coach that permitted one of the most serious steroid scandals in WNBA history. It's such a dramatic fall from grace that it's difficult to believe we're talking about the same Angel Reese we started with. And let's not sugarcoat it. Weatherspoon's suspension is completely deserved. While Reese may be the face of the calamity, Weatherspoon played a critical part in the Chicago Sky's season-ending collapse. She ignored the warning signs, rejected complaints from other players, and enabled a poisonous atmosphere to develop. For a coach, that is unforgivable. Her role in this fiasco is viewed as a tremendous betrayal by both the club and its fans.